Hello everyone and welcome to another history video. So today we're going to take a look at Affinity for Elves in history format. So we got a pretty interesting card this set to the Elves, which is this card called Cantankerous Keepers. It's a 6-mana card with the stats 4/3. It has Affinity for Elves, so you can even play this card for just 1 mana. And when this comes onto the battlefield, it mills 4 cards, then put Elf card from among them into your hand. So it's gonna be pretty important when we mill the 4 cards. Most of them are gonna have to be Elf cards. But the problem with this is that the combo elf list plays a lot of non-elf cards. So for example, Badger Mo Cub, Shang-Chi, Green Sun Zenith, and things like that. So if you play the keepers in that list, it's not gonna hit anything because including lands, like more than half your deck is almost non-elves. So basically with this card, we're going back to basics. We're just playing a bunch of elves, and that includes cards like Elvish Warmaster, which kind of disappeared from the elf list. But obviously, because this card generates more tokens on the battlefield that are elves, is going to combo with the keeper, letting you play this card for cheaper into grabbing more elves. Again, because we're going to be focusing on elves, we also can't play cards like Craterhoof Behemoth. Because imagine playing this deck and being afraid to cast these cards because you have the mana, but you might mill the Craterhoof Behemoth into losing the game. So instead of Craterhoof Behemoth, not only are we not going to be playing Green Sun Zenith, but we're going to be playing this card called Shaman of the Pack, which kind of cares about the amount of elves on the battlefield. So the Keeper already cares about elves on the battlefield, and the Shaman of the Pack also does that as well. So, having said, we're going to be hopping over to our first match here. So, let's hop on. Mulligan and a keep. Every time I see a snow-covered swamp, I immediately think about mono black. Even though there's no synergy with the them having, you know, a snowland, but whenever I see a mono black opponent, they always play the snow covered basics. Very strange. Liliana.
A fight? And you think you can win? Sacrifices must be made.
Liliana. I hope I get to attack. Into Waste Not. Another Waste Not.
I'm tired of your
I really want this card. But I can't give them like 2 zombies here. Wow. Okay.
It's no fun when they hit back.
No, they're gonna get so many tokens now. I guess I have to get rid of Shang-Chi. Unbelievable. So if I go War Master, I can play this. But this is kind of bad. Like, if they keep drawing discard spells, it's pretty bad. Another Bandit's Talent. I hope they don't have another one. Oh, right. I think I have to play the Priest of Titania here, right? Yeah, I have to play the Priest of Titania. That down there. Maybe I don't play the Elvish Mystic? It might be wrong, though. Yeah, I think that's wrong. Not playing the Elvish Mystic is probably wrong. Man, they're drawing so many cards, though. Sheoldred, so 6, 7. They have 7 creatures on the battlefield. Can I win? Oh, now I can, definitely. I think we won with this one. Maybe there's just too many creatures. We're pumping twice. They just have so many zombies. Maybe I overestimated how much damage I have? I mean, surely we have enough, right? Oh yeah, we have more than enough. Alright, I'm kind of thinking maybe a Grist. Shaper Sanctuary. I'm not sure if I care too much about the Waste Not, I'm gonna be honest with you. The problem is the Sheoldred. The Sheoldred might kill us if we have cards like Limps. Shaper Sanctuary is a May effect, so it's not that bad. Alright, I don't actually like this hand, but we have a War Master with the Keeper, which can be pretty good. So Cling to Dust. An Edict. I'll go with the Elvish War Master. I would normally just go Priest of Titania, but I kind of value this card more than the other cards that I have in my hand. Another Edict. That's kind of the thing. I'll go Visionary. So next turn I can go this and this. So many removal spells. So many! Oh. But I think we still go with the Priest of Titania here. So we might see a discard spell on the Keeper. Okay, that's very suspicious. They might have a board wipe. We'll see. So we can do a lot of damage. Kinda hoping they don't have anything. Oh, they're exactly dead. Wow. Wow. This is a keep. This is a keep. I think I'm gonna bottom maybe a Shepherd. Start with the Llanowar. Hallowed Fountain. This is only like whenever you cast an elf. But yeah, I just kind of want to get the Lift Crown Visionary down this turn just because I see opponents playing like blue-white. Okay, Reprieve. Alright, we're gonna pass here. Like as soon as we draw like one elf, like we are in a really good spot. Very, very good spot here. If we just had a little bit of a better start here, this game would have been in the bag, but okay, this is not an activated ability, so I think we just play that next turn. The only downside about keeping this one is if they play like a high noon, that'd be kind of bad. Okay, there we go. So add 4 mana. Oh. That's actually pretty good. Shang-Chi says, I'm a creature source. So 4, 5, 6. So they're gonna have to block at least 2 creatures. Okay. And opponent surrenders. Excellent. I know this is not an elf, but it's something that we can play on opponent's turn. And it's a 3 power with 4 toughness, which can be very good against this deck. So the cards that are kind of bad against the opponent are basically cards that like give you card advantage, I guess, because the card advantage doesn't really matter since they're gonna have high noon down, things like that. At least that's what I think. I'm gonna go down on 1 copy of Shang-Chi. And one last card to cut. I really like the Elidamri because you can put additional creature down on the battlefield through High Noon. I don't want to cut like the Lords. Maybe it is the Keeper. Maybe I could have also played Thoughtseize, but I don't know. Okay, if we draw a land, it's really good. Like I said, if we draw a land, it's really good. No lands. Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna go the Shepherd first because they have that, you know, that one card. The other Reprieve that counters and puts it back into my hand. Oh, that's lucky. Opponent's gonna transform. Yeah, this would be a really good time to draw, like... Well, I was gonna say... I don't think we pay, and then we play this card. Then we play this card. Draw 4 cards. Into the Flood Maw. They're still attacking. Must be like a board wipe coming down. Although, I think their board wipe is like Divine Purge though. Okay, let's try to land... the Shepherd. Into a Spell Queller. Into a Shang-Chi. Llanowar Elf. Into Priest. They're probably gonna counter this one, I assume. No. Okay. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though they had haste. So we can even go Oladomri. Okay. Oh, that was a terrible hit. Terrible hit. So this is 11 damage. To activate that. $13 damage actually. I mean, I guess I just attack here. It would be funny if they have like a board wipe. But if it's a Divine Purge, we can deal with that. Alright. I think opponent actually had a Divine Purge. Alrighty, Giganta. What is Giganta? Could be a wizard. Could be a Jund. Couple decks that use Giganta nowadays. It's a wizard deck. It's a wizard deck. So now the question is, do I go War Master or Prince of Titania? I think Priest of Titania is much better, right? And we try to pop off next turn. Chain Lightning. Okay, Archdruid. The problem right now is we are taking quite a bit of damage. Luckily, these cards in opponent's hand are like maybe 2-mana spells or 3-mana spells. So I could not take the damage by playing War Master into Visionary, or I could take the damage and play Archdruid into Titania. I think we go with the Archdruid with the Titania here. But this does open us up to potentially dying here. I'm not even sure if we can actually win with this. Like, we have to win here, right? Otherwise we lose. But I don't think we're gonna be able to win. Yeah, I don't think so. Shang-Chi. So right now we have a 10. Yeah, if they have a burn spell, we die. We can pump. We have a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's just not gonna... I shouldn't even count. There's no way we can win. I think we might just die to a burn spell here. Yep, we died to a burn spell. We could have actually won. Maybe if we didn't shock the on turn 3. Yeah, that was bad. Right, Endurance. Abrupt Decay. Probably go with that. We're gonna cut Shang-Chi. Copy of a Visionary. Maybe even a copy of a Shaman of the Pack. Alright. Not too bad. Okay, so Scar Mage. Leave Crown into Elf. You know, I wish this was a 4 toughness, by the way. Would have been nice. Right, another Leaf Crowned Visionary. Shaman of the Pack. We're actually drawing pretty bad. Swift Spear's Teaching. So we can expect maybe like a Dreadhorde Arcanist coming out, so we probably should hold on to this thing. Okay. We're gonna attack. Actually, I'm just going to attack with you. So Jarho Arcanist, we kind of knew that was gonna happen. So they're gonna get back a Wizard's Lightning. Even a Reckless Charge. So we're gonna Endurance. I'm just not sure what to get rid of here. Maybe a War Master. So block you. Block you. Ooh, that's an amazing one. Okay. Vibe. And opponent surrenders. Yeah, we got a little bit lucky there. I'm gonna have a copybook wrist. I'm also going to cut a copybook glimpse of nature. Well, speaking about glimpse of nature, this hand is waiting for, kinda asking to die if we don't draw land. But we do have an abrupt decay. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Symmetry Sage. Okay, abrupt decay was a good draw. I think we try to get rid of that Symmetry Sage. But it might be too slow if I use the abrupt decay. You know what I mean? Might be a tad too slow. But I'm taking so much damage if I don't get rid of it. No, another Symmetry Sage. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I think we lost. Yeah. We're just too slow. We are just too slow. Because the thing is, we're gonna go down to like a Symmetry Sage range and then we just die next turn. That's kind of the thing. Like unless we get extremely lucky. I mean, to be fair, this is a pretty bad matchup to begin with. Like any like super hyper aggressive deck we're gonna lose to. Right. GG's. Right, we're going first with the Shang-Chi and Priest of Titania. Pretty good. Stomping Ground. A Stomping Ground. Oh, it's Valakut. Sure. Valakut, Valakut, Valakut. Let's do you. And I guess we're just gonna be pumping. Opponent takes 10 damage, and they should be that next turn. Unless they go one ring. Which could happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it looks like they're dead. Okay, Valakut. Let's have a Pitting Needle against one ring. And we could have some Thought Seizes as well. So, the cards that we want to get rid of. So, opponent's gonna have, like, Fire Magic, I believe. Fire Magic is very, very powerful against our deck. I don't think we cut the Shaman. Maybe a Visionary. War Master. Sentinel. Maybe actually, instead of a Sentinel, maybe we cut a copy of a Shepherd. We need to cut 2 more cards. I really don't want to cut these cards. Maybe I have to cut the Shaman. Like just a copy of. Maybe even a 1 copy of Shang-Chi. Pretty bad hand. This is such a slow hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. Llanowar Elves. And we're gonna go with the Archdruid. Because if they have a Fire Magic, they'd have to spend 3 mana for it. Instead of 1, if I play the other one. I think they're just thinking about it. Okay, it's a Brotherhood's End. Even worse. Yeah, this is looking kind of bad. Oh yeah, we lost. I don't think we can recover anymore because of Dryad gonna be pinging everything down, right? Alright, what about an Abrupt Decay? I feel like we're supposed to just go fast, though. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to go fast. This is not fast. This is not fast either. Yikes. It's a pretty bad mulligan from me. So Renin 6. I think we have to get rid of a Renin 6. Because it's just gonna keep pinging us down. That's what I feel like. Right, Leaf Crown Visionary, not bad. I guess it could have been worse. The problem right now is the fact that they have a lot of mountains and they already have a Valakut down, and we mulliganed down to 5. So I think because of that, we're eventually going to lose this game. Like look, they already have the Valakut. Yeah, I think we just lose. It's just like really hard to recover, like especially going all the way down to 5. What can you do? Alright, GG's. Right, if we can actually find 1 mana card with this hand, could be pretty good. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go... Maybe it's always just better to go Archdruid first. Right, Archdruid. Frailes. Yeah, we're gonna go Archdruid. Oh, it's an Eldrazi deck. Interesting. Oh no, it's what is it called? The 3 mana card. The fight rigging. Yeah, it's a fight rigging deck. A very interesting version, actually. Oh. I think this is for next turn. Yeah, it's gonna be for next turn. I think we can win next... We probably can win next turn. Unless we die here. Elder Gargaroth. I don't think that does anything. I think we just win the game. Well, I think I can. We'll see. Okay, there's the Shepherd. So I think we win. Yeah, we just pumped this once and then they're just dead. Block. I think they're dead. So they block, they gain 3 life, right? So they're at 17. They block 2, and then they take 18. I might as well just play these. Right, fight rigging deck. Abrupt Decays. So maybe we should have more enchantment removals. perhaps. I didn't have enchantment removals, like enchantment slash artifact, just because against Ruby Storm, you can still win the game with just endurance and damping sphere. So we're just gonna cut the Elvish Visionary. You know what? I do really like the one of Jaspera Sentinel so far. Maybe I cut like Visionary, Shaman. I do also like Shaman though. Maybe we just cut Visionary. Since they're not gonna have like removal spell for these guys. Yeah. Cut a copy of Keeper. Yeah, we have a Thoughtseize for opponent's fight rigging. Well, another one. That's pretty good. We're just gonna go Sentinel, Shepherd, Thoughtseize. Yeah, there we go. Although they're gonna get a great henge down. But I guess it's better than losing. Titania. Go Thoughtseize again. Whenever this creature or another creature you control with this card enters, draw a card. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 mana. They can't play that card. Might as well play this instead of this card. Question is, can I win? Oh wow, Kiora.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
I don't think I can win. Yeah, I don't think we can win. Visionary. We'll try to win next turn. Yeah, we're gonna try to shoot for next turn. They're gonna be drawing so many cards though. But I don't believe, like, if opponent can't win here, I don't think they can actually do anything. This is a pretty interesting mono green build, by the way. Oh, that's pretty lucky. Wow. So we might actually lose. Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, well, GG's. I don't think they can win with that. A Weasel Fanatic Abrona. This deck, even like Elder Gargaroth, has like... They play a lot of like 6-mana creatures for the fight rigging. So Elder Gargaroth was a popular card when the fight rigging first came out. And we are finally seeing the card back. which is kind of crazy. Maybe I should actually try that out. Right, so we took a look at Affinity to Elves deck today, Affinity for Elves. The games that we won were games that my opponent didn't really interact with the board too much. Like, for example, like High Noon does have some interaction spells, but the deck is really bad at dealing with the onboard creature. And we have a lot of mana generations, and, you know, we can play through like Reprieve and stuff like that by just replaying the 1-mana Elves on the battlefield, things like that. So the High Noon wasn't too bad, but as soon as we got to like heavy interaction spell decks, like such as Wizard, the deck did pretty poorly against. I didn't bring in Shaper Sanctuary just because if they were to interact with my board anyways, I would be dying because they're gonna have things like Symmetry Sage and stuff like that. So they're still gonna be able to attack me for like 3 to 6 damage every single turn. So I didn't want to slow my game down by playing something like a Shaper Sanctuary. So I didn't bring this one. But against a heavy interaction spell decks, this is the card that you want to bring. And then we lost to a Valakut opponent. We unfortunately had to mulligan down to 5 multiple times. I think the Valakut can be a good matchup if they don't draw into their 2 to 3 copies of a board wipe. Another thing is, like, against like a super fast combo decks will generally, you know, struggle against, like, for example, like the Storm deck. And against the Yawgmoth, the Pitting Needle is pretty good. I guess you can... Maybe we just don't have a Grist here and then have another Pitting Needle. So that's going to be for Yawgmoth matchups. Cauldron Familiar. So here's the thing. Against a Storm deck, we have a Damping Sphere and Endurance for that. And that's already 5 copies. I think that's okay. I like the Abrupt Decay just because, like, against High Noon, it destroys, like, both the creatures and the High Noon itself. But against like something like a Wizard, you definitely need Fatal Push. And at the same time, like, Wizard decks are not common. So yeah, I mean, the deck is okay. Like, we went 4 and 4. The deck was fine. As for like this card, I think this card is really sweet, but it can become like worse and worse if opponent like you know, interacts with our stuff. We haven't really like played against any like a fair like Jund matchups or like blue-black matchups. I think that's where this card can become really, really good. Like as you've seen from the High Noon matchup. Because there were so many like combo decks and like fast aggro decks, we couldn't really make the deck shine. Yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.